and gentlemen. If you were tired of us already, then guess what? We don't care because we are back and we are the Millie Goats, and we are about to talk about this, dude, this freaking game. Oh my gosh, is Jerry Jones already doing press conferences after the game? This guy can't help himself, ladies and gentlemen. The Cardinals win 27-17. For those of you who did not get to see the game because of the ongoing YouTube and ESPN dispute, I apologize. Hold on. I feel like am I echoing? No. Okay. Maybe I am. My kids sometimes mess with these buttons. And that really messes with me. But yeah, I'm echoing a little bit, aren't I? Hold on. Is that no, that's worse. There we go. How about that? Is that better? Is that better? I don't know. Anyways, so the Cardinals win 27-17. For those of you who had the YouTube ESPN issue, I apologize because I have DirecTV, so I don't know what you speak of. So apologies to you if you had to not watch this game. You didn't really miss much because the Cardinals got out ahead, and they never really gave anything back to the Cowboys. The Cowboys had one offensive touchdown, and that was Flournoy from Dak Prescott. I think it was in the fourth quarter. But the other Cowboys touchdown came off of a blocked punt. The Cowboys defense is, and I would say they actually ended up playing decent down the back stretch of the second half. And then the offense stunk it up. So the Cowboys just, and look, I'm a Niners fan. I'm not even going to sit up here and act like I'm not. If you've listened to our show, then you know that I am a Niners fan. And we have two Cowboys fans on our show, Tex and Butch P. And of course, we all talk trash to each other because that's what we do. But the Cowboy, that is, I mean, they're undisciplined. Like, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're watching that game, you've got a bunch of dudes who just aren't a team, is what I would say. Watching it from a perspective outside of a fanhood. Objectively watching, because you had drop passes, you had multiple fumbles by dudes, you had Pickens with the unsportsmanlike conduct. I mean, you had 3 turnovers. I mean, 6 penalties. You had 3 times the amount of penalties as the Cardinals. Like, I mean, it's undisciplined. So, and when your defense sucks that bad, you can't afford to be giving the ball away via turnovers. You can't afford to be, the last interception was just a Hail Mary. But you can't afford to be, getting 15-yard penalties after you're trying to go down and drive to get it a one-possession game. So, and they went for it on 4th down early in the first quarter, right? So let's go down through this. So the YouTube ESPN dispute is absolutely ridiculous. It's complete nonsense. So, look, let's not make this about the Cowboys. Give credit to the Cardinals because they came in there, outgained them in total yards, had more first downs, less penalties, no turnovers, better on 3rd down, better in the red zone, more time of possession. Like, the Cardinals beat them. I mean, the Cardinals have lost multiple games by like 5 points or less than 3 points or whatever the heck it is. And shout out to the Cardinals. That's the 4th straight win against the Cowboys. They're 8-1 in their last 9. So, but it's just a hilarious spectacle to watch the Dallas Cowboys lose when it's just nonstop media coverage. I mean, First Take and ESPN was in Dallas, and they did an entire Dallas show before this game. It was so stupid. They had Michael Irvin and Marcus Spears trotting out there, and, everybody's the Cowboys. Are they going to win the Super Bowl? Are they going to make the playoffs? They're not going to make the playoffs. Congrats to the Eagles, by the way, for your, win a couple more games. The division's locked up. I mean, Washington's, basically like the 49ers out there, my 49ers. The Cowboys stink. The Giants stink. The NFC East is a complete joke. And that shows you that the NFC West is not a complete joke. So let's take this thing. We got, you know how we do things. Every time, we're going to be in here just for another 10 minutes or so. It's a school night. It's a weeknight. So we're not going to spend an hour on this thing. But, got the book. You can hear it on the podcast. Those of you listening to the podcast, you can't see, but we've got the box score pulled up here. And everybody listening to the podcast, it's been crazy, right? just a quick thank you to everybody who does listen to the show. Over the last 28 days across all of our social media accounts, we have amassed over 200,000 views and listens and downloads and whatever. And that is insane. So thank you to everybody who does listen and does, even if you get mad at us on our shorts and our little videos, like we're not that serious, guys. We're going to poke fun at each other's teams. We're going to poke fun at your teams, poke fun at our teams. You don't have to get in the comments and tell us we don't need podcast equipment. That's the worst joke ever. We don't care. Like, we're still going to keep making these shows because we do it for us. And we do it to hopefully make people laugh. Like, we did it because we got tired of listening to other people go out there and do Cowboys shows for 3 hours. I want to talk about other games. Anyways, so shout out to the Cardinals. Shout out to Jacoby Brissett. Full-blown quarterback controversy in Arizona, is there not? I mean, you know, the Dallas thing is there's no need to make a trade tomorrow. There's no need. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney was a guy you signed, and he's your best player as far as I'm concerned. Deron Bland was out there on roller skates on one of the plays. Holy smokes. Just a terrible picture about that. But anyways, let's go down. We go down through the notebook. First of all, the Cowboys helmets. I do have to admit, Cowboys, when they do the red, white, and blue stripe, pretty sick. Pretty sick. We got to give credit where credit's due, right? Also, those I think it's the Veterans Day NFL hats this year with the rope hats, those are filth. Those green hats with the dark green bill, phenomenal. Shout out the NFL. Okay. So let's go down the first quarter. Dallas takes the opening drive. Goes down, turnover on downs. They get down there, 4th and goal. They get sacked. They're trying to set the tone. Boom. Arizona gets the ball, goes down. 60 yards, 15 plays. This is going to be a theme now. Arizona sustained some drives, buddy. And they get a field goal by Chad Ryland. And then there was earlier in the first quarter, there was a dropped interception that could have been picked on Cowboys' next possession. So these quarters were sort of boring. I mean, when you look at the box score. So Arizona's up 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, we had the first touchdown of the game, and that was after an 8-play, 47-yard drive. Marvin Harrison on the top side of your screen has a slant move or a slant route, and he's got Deron Bland out there on an island, and Deron Bland is basically, if you know Marv from Home Alone, the scene where he's in the basement, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and he's slipping on that green goop that's on the floor where his hands are going back and doing the windmill, and then he slips and lands on his butt and slides into the wall, and the paint cans fall all over him. Basically, that was Deron Bland after what Marvin Harrison Jr. did to him. Shout out Marvin Harrison Jr. He had a huge game. He had 7 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. So he had a massive game. I mean, some are saying, Brissett. Now, look, people are going to – you give Brissett time to throw the football. I mean, any competent – I wonder if the question is, do the Cardinals win this game with Kyler Murray? Mm-hmm. Who was a healthy scratch, and he was supposed to, he wanted to play in Dallas because that's where he grew up, and he watched all the games, and he's from there, sort of, whatever. So it's 10-0 in the second quarter, and then nothing really happens. We had the Ferguson fumble late. We had the Ferguson fumble in the second quarter where he was fighting for extra yards in Arizona territory. Boom, fumbles the football. And then nothing really happens for quite a while. And then in the second quarter, Dallas finally gets on the scoreboard. They block a punt. I can't remember who the punter is, but the operation time for the punt was 2.52 seconds, which is an eternity. It should be less than 2. It's one of the longest ones of the year, I think, is what I saw. So then it's 10-7. You're thinking, okay, we got ourselves a game. Dallas woken up, so on and so forth. And then, nope. The Cardinals get the ball back. They go down 11 plays, 74 yards. Takes them 3 minutes. They score again. Jacoby Brissett, quarterback sneak, 17-7. Cowboys actually get the ball back. Brandon Aubrey trots out there for a 68-yarder, misses it wide left. One of the craziest things I keep forgetting every time I watch a Dallas Cowboys game is that when they go into their locker room at halftime, it's basically a Top Golf bar that they have to go by. It's crazy if you've ever been into a Top Golf. They got that big giant screen, and it's basically a sports bar. I keep forgetting. It's wild. It's insane. So we go into halftime, 17-7. Cardinals come out. They get the ball. They come right off the rip. We got a giant play to Wilson, from Brissett to Wilson. And then you get the Trey McBride touchdown pass. Bell, just a nice one-on-one McBride on the safety, and then, little corner route. Nice throw by Brissett. It's 24-7. Cowboys get a field goal, 24-10, after a 12-play, 65-yard drive. Cardinals come back in the third quarter, get another field goal. It's 27-10. And then the Cowboys finally get another touchdown off of Flournoy. It's 27-17. Then the Cowboys defense comes alive, which we were talking about. That was a 7-play, 78-yard drive in 2 minutes. So that was the offense everybody thought we'd see from the Cowboys up and down the field. People forget that Gannon is a defensive guy. And it's not like the Cardinals have been getting mollywopped. I mean, we're not talking about a Raiders situation or a Dolphins situation. The Cardinals have been in every single game. They just can't figure out how to win. They just keep completely losing it at the end. But the Cowboys get the ball back and have a chance to go make it 24-27, and that's when the whole Pickens had a taunting with 7 minutes to go. He gets a first down and then puts the ball in the defender's face like a complete idiot. And then shortly after that, Javonte Williams fumbles, and then that's kind of when the game was over. And then Dak throws a pick late. So that's basically how things went down. It wasn't that entertaining of a game. Like, it kind of got interesting late, but the Cowboys just looked, their offensive line looked overwhelmed. And then Trey McBride, most consecutive games with 5 receptions or more, he has 10. That's like 4th best in the NFL history. So, and of course, I've got the post game on of ESPN, and they, those of you can't watch ESPN and YouTube, so on and so forth. You didn't miss much, by the way. This game stunk. They do everything they can to hype up the Cowboys, and they stink. But Jerry Jones is on the mic already. So the Cowboys are 3-5-1. The Cardinals are 3-5. So now the Cowboys have a 9% chance to make the playoffs according to the analytics machines. But who gives a rip about that? So basically, it's, I suffered my first loss of the season. Man, all because the Cowboys offense went. Well, there goes the perfect season, guys. My apologies. Anyways, all right. We go through the box score, then we go through the team stats. I love looking at the team stats. But anyways, if you're the Cardinals, it's a big win, right? Big win. They're technically not out of it right now, if you look at it. Hang on. The Cardinals are 3-5, and they've got, they're only 2 games back, really. So they're ahead of the Falcons, they're ahead of the Commanders, they're ahead of the Giants, they're ahead of the Saints. They're just behind the Cowboys and just behind the Vikings. So, the Cardinals, they're not dead. The Cowboys, however, they're not dead either, but holy cow. I don't know. But anyways, Jacoby Brissett, 21-31, 261 and 2, 115 rating. That's Jacoby Brissett had a good game, man. Kyler Murray, there's some skepticism of whether the Cardinals will trade him because he didn't play. So who knows? Dak Prescott, 24-39, 251 and 1, 77.9 overall rating. Pretty bad. Javonte Williams was 83 yards on 15 carries, no touchdowns. The DeMercado and Bam Knight, they combined in the absence of James Conner to go over 100 yards together. Like I said, Marvin Harrison had a huge game. CeeDee Lamb was 7 for 85. George Pickens was 6 for 79. Jake Ferguson 5 for 50. So, George Pickens had 2 fumbles. Jake Ferguson had a fumble. Javonte Williams had a fumble. So that's pretty much the box score. And then the team stats. I love looking at the team stats. Like I said, it always comes down to, I love looking at this because you can pick out where things went wrong and how teams won. You know what I mean? So first downs were 23-22 in favor of the Cardinals. Third down efficiency, Cardinals 7 of 13, Cowboys 5 of 12. Total plays dead even at 65. Total yards pretty much even, 340 and 333. Like, that's the thing. Like, people were thinking, oh, the Cardinals went up and down the field on the Cowboys defense. It was the Cowboys offense that let them down. I mean, the defense wasn't great, but the defense didn't give up 38 like it had been. The Cowboys offense was averaging like 39 points a game. So this was more on the Cowboys offense being inept. So quarterback controversy, should the Cowboys trade for Jacoby Brissett? So, I mean, it was dead even. Yards per play, 5.2 to 5.1. Sacks, 5 for 40, both of them. Rushing, they were basically dead even, about 120 yards apiece. Turnover differential, red zone efficiency. Those 2 stats are the 2 most important stats in the NFL. I'm convinced of it. Convinced of it. You don't get penalties. You don't turn the ball over. You're efficient in the red zone. Look at this, because that's where the difference is. Turnovers, 3 by the Cowboys. Fumbles. The interception at the end, who cares? So really it was 2-0. And then red zone efficiency. The Cowboys did not get any points on 2 of their drives because they went for it on 4th down. So, and the Cardinals did convert on their red zone attempt. So that's really where again, this thing down, if you look at just the stats, it's right down the middle. Boom. Very even statistically. The big difference, red zone turnovers. That's where it was. So is the game. So the question is, are the Cowboys done? Yes, the Cowboys are done. There's no way. I'm sitting here looking at the playoff standings here. And you've got a whole bunch of teams that have 5 or 6 wins in the NFC. So, really, there's still a lot of football left. So it's hard to say they're out of it. But, the Cowboys are 3-5. That tie is actually helping them a lot because it could easily be 3-6. They'd be down there with the Commanders, the Giants. And what a joke. The NFC East stinks. Look at that. 2 teams in the bottom 3. And then the Cowboys. It's terrible. Meanwhile, the NFC West, you got the 3rd best team, the 5th best team, and the 6th best team. So, but anyways, playoffs, this is going to be, there's so much parity in the NFL right now. It's like we were saying last night. Go check out our full recap. Just football is going to be beautiful. The college football with the SEC and the ACC and the Big 12 and like every single college race is outrageous right now. So, and then the NFL is going to be wild too. You got all these teams. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 teams within one game of the number 1 seed in the AFC and the NFC. Like, it's crazy. This is going to be nuts. Like, this is going to be so great going down the stretch. It's incredible. But anyways, I'm going to bed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're the Millie Goats. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching along. Go subscribe and rate, review the podcast. We really appreciate it. We work hard. We're just trying to have fun. If you listen to the show, just understand that we want to laugh. So don't take us too serious. Here's all the social medias on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Just type in the Millie Goats, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Good Pods, Amazon, anywhere you find your podcasts, anywhere you find your social medias, putting out graphics, all that stuff. Come laugh with us. We'd love to have you. All right, everybody have a nice Tuesday. We'll see you Wednesday night for the pregame or the preview show.